Good evening, sir. Good evening, all. Is it audible?
Yeah, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You are absolutely audible.
Fine, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Sahi,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sahi, are you there? Can you
Yes,
hear
sir.
me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. As sir is already on there, let us proceed now. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, good
Yeah.
evening
Go
to
ahead.
all the participants and the speaker. Welcome to our day 18 on our session of AI/ML for IoT workshop presented by IETE Pune chapter, Buds Engineering Academy and Civic Incubation Center. So, our speaker for today is Mr. K. Arun Kumar, sir, who is currently working at iNurture Education Solutions Private Limited, Bangalore. And sir is going to share his insights and expertise on the topic natural language processing in IoT applications. So, sir, once again, on behalf of IIT Pune chapter, Buds Engineering Academy, and Civic Incubation Center, I welcome you and I request you to please take over the session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So, very good evening to one and all present here. So, before start my session, I wish to thank to Arjun sir for giving me the good opportunity. Before start, hope my I am audible, right, sir?
Yes, sir. You are
Yes, thank
audible.
you. Thank
Absolutely
you.
audible.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So I start with my graduate to Arjun sir for giving this opportunity to deliver the 18th day session on natural language processing in IoT applications. In along with continue with this, I want to have I want to add more graduate to IET camp IETE Pune chapter with Buds Engineering Academy for this opportunity. So hopes overall you have a great 17-day sessions with this program. On the 18th day, we are having this topic on natural language processing in IoT application. So before starting about myself Arun Kumar, I am currently taking care of Deputy Zonal Head of Information Technology Department in iNature Education Solutions. So about myself, I will start with I'm a current research area of artificial neural network, cloud computing and brain computer interface. These are my publications and journals. And I am a certified cloud engineer. So before going to start our session today, yesterday we have landed our Chandrayaan 3 in Moon. So India is in on Moon now. So we let us congratulate all the ISRO persons, those who are especially chairperson, mission director, associate director, and everyone. So hope along with you all people, let's start the session by having the applauses to them. Thank you, God, and thank you all for the great opportunity for this. So this is a session which I want to give you. I am showing you some image in the session. So if anyone can able to say something by seeing this image, can you able anyone who are attending? If you wish to give, you can type in the chat box, or if you want to unmute yourself, you can unmute and tell the answer.
Krishna, is it possible for us to unmute everyone? Krishna?
Not possible. If possible, they can send in chat box.
Yeah. Chat box participants can put interact in the chat box.
Yes, yes. Thank you. So
Uh,
yes, sir. Yes. Let me
yeah,
check, sir.
Dr.
If it is,
Praveen, Dr. Nitin, Dr. Shivprakash, Gagendip, Janardhan, Kalpana, KPR, Pratik, Ramni, Swati. You can interact. Uh, Otherwise, you can turn on chat box also. Sorry, microphone also.
fine, sir. I will
Please
check.
respond. Sir is saying something. It will be better if you communicate. Yeah.
No, thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
So by seeing this image, what comes to your mind? Can anyone if anything come to your mind, kindly you can give in chat box if you wish. By seeing this image, we are having something in the image. So by seeing this image in chat box, if anyone wish to give, right. So okay. So let us assume we have received some 5 to 6 five answers. Let us say someone may say that first starting with there is some word in English. Commonly we can say that some word in Chennai it was mentioned, and then 485 it was mentioned. It need to mention go straight, and also it mentioned that it is a way that NH544. So by seeing these are all, we can able to analyze, or we can able to get something that someone is driving towards Chennai, or maybe person who knows other two languages can able to understand the other two languages. A person who didn't know about the other two languages, they can able to understand on only one language. So I just want to have that first information. By seeing this, the first point you are going to get in your mind is who is going to drive is on the way to Chennai. One, we don't know what is their source. Maybe source may be from Hyderabad or Pune or Delhi or Trivandrum or whatever it may be. So from there, they are going to start. So from there, the kilometer is 485. Fine. And they are in the roadways. They are not in airways, or they are not in some other medium of other transports. They are in the roadways. By seeing this NH 544, we come to know that by seeing this NH 44, we can able to also detect about the what may be the chance of source. Also, we can able to check. So by checking this, I want to convey that today I am going to take you all to the topic natural language processing in IoT. As a driver, I am going to take you. So as like if you are going to this particular Chennai, also each and every destination, someone is going to travel and you are going to reach the destination. Once you reach the destination, after we reach the destination, it is our self duty to explore where we need to go from that particular destination, where we reach the metro city or airport or whatever it may be. So like that, I express my wish to say today we are going to discuss about natural language processing, the basics on whatever the phases available in natural language processing, what are the features available in natural language processing, how we need to work on the natural language processing, how the exams things are, then how it is going to deal with AI, how it is going to deal with machine learning. Along with this, we are going to see about we are going to see about two practical session of IoT simulations, one on Tinkercad and another one is walkthrough. So suppose if I am going anywhere something wrong, or if it is anything anyone want to interrupt and say something, kindly interrupt me and we can discuss over, and further we'll go for a next slide, right? So going with next, again starting with next decade. So if that is a question about uh, regarding natural language processing, if you want to know about next decade, we need to think about what is happening in previous decades, previous 10 years, what happened before the 10 years, what happened, if anything, uh, what is we are having currently now by using by using way of natural language processing, whether something is having something we are having. So we have to think back before 10 years, at the year of 2013, what are the things which we had before the 2003, what are the thing, what are the devices, what are the instruments which we are having. For example, let us take each and everyone are having hearing, having a knowledge of having a habit to hear songs, right? So it means, so before 20 years, I hope all are great people here. So before 20 years, if you want to hear a song, it means we have to go for maybe tape recorder or something like that. So before 30 years, that may be a disc method, or before 40 years, we have to go for some other. So each and every decade, we are getting changed. So currently now we are having the now we are in the edge of area of Internet of Things along with this natural language processing. So now, as Internet of Things is the Internet of Things is working here, and Internet of Things is dealing the entire world. So we are going to check about how the process is happening. So how these kind of technological improvement, how it is going to impact the next decade, next 2 decades, next 3 decades, like that we have to discuss. Right? So by this, I just want to go for a next slide. What is natural language processing? So what is now? So let's start with NLP. So and after that NLP, we will go with each and everything, right? So what is NLP? So and as my topic was selected today was natural language processing. Instead of now I am speaking in English, which is common to all. Instead of this, if I start to change my language, how you people are going to receive? Let us take we need some captions need to be done, we need some additional features need to be done. So for that all we are need to think how the process need to be done. So that is why we are starting that what is NLP. So whether we can say that NLP is a natural language processing, where the natural language processing natural language processing is having the thinking and the output in our own language. So own language in the sense, for example, each and every one are having, while thinking in their second language, while thinking in their mother tongue or mother language, they can able to think on lot of things. They can able to deliver it in proper way. They can able to think in a way where they cannot able to struggle in some other language. So like this, we have to imagine computer. So computer need to think in analyzing way, or maybe understanding purpose, or how it is going to generate and how it is going to be delivered in a natural language process. So something like we have to think on three process. One is analyzing process and the understanding process and generating process. So how it was applied to that field, whether it is application, whether it is applying in a correct way, or whether it is applying in the different way. For example, let us take analysis. For analyzing, in some ambiguity is going to occur in some languages, or maybe in two languages or three languages, same meaning is going to be there for each and every word. So like this, some ambiguity is there in the sense how we are making our computer to understand. That's what after analyzing, understand need to be done. So once the understand is done, then we need to go for generate. For each and everything, we are dealing with some algorithms. For analyzing, there is an algorithm method. For understanding, there is an algorithm method. For generation, there is an algorithm method. So depends on that, we have to proceed for the process. So in connection with this, what is the computational languages? Computation, the CL, where we have a computational aspect of human languages. So human language facility with theoretical. It is more and more it is going to be a theoretical process, where the theoretical process are helps how it is going to be processed, how the progress is going to be. For like this it is going to be. So what is the use of natural language processing, or what is the use of NLP? So it helps a computer common with human in their own language, and it's go for a research task or whatever the task which we are giving. So depends on the task oriented, it is going to work, and which is going to give the answers, right? So if we are speaking about natural language processing, some examples or some kind of examples which with the natural language processing is going to done as email filters. Nowadays we are having an email filters with lot of languages. For example, nowadays we can able to generate lot of emails in our own language or some other languages, like that. So we can proceed over with, for email filters we can use NLP. Smart assistant, lot of smart assistants are available in the progress. Not lot of smart assistants are available. So for smart assistants, in the sense, for if you take Alexa or if you take any other, so some smartphones or some calling device or some advanced level of car, advanced level of things, we are having NLP. So while the natural process is happening there, with the help of IoT, whether the Internet of Things, and also maybe Internet of Things is going to get connected here, lot of miracles are happening. So we need to check how the miracles are happening. So in assistant with smart assistants, we are having smart search results, search engines. As we are using search engines, while the search engines are there, in the sense how the search engines are acting, how it is working on it, whether the search engine is working in a perfect way, like that the process we need to think. Whether it is in NLP process, in all the languages, the search engine output is going to be safe, like that we need to see. And the process is predictive test, language process, or digital phone call. In phone call, we can in English we can say that call to particular person, call ABC. And suppose if in some other languages, if you are saying, in the sense how the languages need to understand by the particular mission, we have to think of. So for that we need to use NLP as the process, right? As like I said, so what is the need of studying NLP and need of knowing NLP in the challenging world? In the sense, it's insights to the each and every languages, and so insights to the every languages, in the sense how it is going to help for how it is going to help for each and everything, and how it is proceed in the way of medium of web, whether it is an interdisciplinary. For example, how the CS process and math process, link process, like what kind of the modules are done there. So whether it is processed in the right way to reach in the interdisciplinary progress. For interdisciplinary, in the sense whether we are thinking about automobile industry, or whether we are thinking about agriculture industry, or whether we are thinking about where some other industries which we are running in the natural language processing. Like that, we have to think on the interdisciplinary process also, along with and wherever the natural language processing is happening, there is a two conditions. One is human computer interface is also going to process. So once human is going to process with one particular input or whatever the progress they are doing, the NLP language, NLP machine or NLP progress need to accept it, and after accepting of it, we have to proceed over with how the NLP progress is done. So as I earlier mentioned, ambiguous need to be cleared very well. So that is ambiguous of same language or same pronunciation or something different kind of pronunciation is there, in the sense how we are dividing that. And We need to proceed over it. After this, why and what, we are having goals. What are the goals of NLP? While we come to know what is available and what is done. So then we need to understand about the goals of what is a target goal, what is a scientific goal, what is the engineering goal that is available in that is available there. So maybe the scientific goal, in the sense, while we are doing a lot of computational machinery or computational things, how we are exhibiting that in a lot of different languages. Each and every one are having a different language behavior to understand it. So how it is getting output, how it is getting progress, and that we need to process in a clear way, right? So once it was done, and then once it was done, then we need to think about the engineering goal. So if it is in scientific goal, we need to think about the result way, whether the results are correct, how it is clear, or whether the progress is done or it is processed in a way. But as in an engineering goal, we have to think design, whether the initial process is done clear. As we know about agile technologies, or as we know about the knowledge of software engineering, we need to think design is correct, whether the design process is correct. Then we need to proceed for implementation. After completion of while during implementation, if there is any lag or any corrections need to be done, we have to go for first method itself, and we have to fine tune it, and we need to proceed. And then what are the test systems that are available, how it is available there, and then once the test systems or case studies are going in a proper way, then the natural language process is going to involve in it, and we are going to get the output of it. So rules are fixed to make entire output is correct, or whether the progress which is making in the natural language processing in the right way, the one because once the technology is getting high, or once the technology is going in the right way, we are having a n number of merits and n number of demerits. So as a technical person and as a techie, we have to do, and also an academician, what we have to do is we have to reduce the demerits to the merits by each and every one, by having our own goal areas, right? Why this? So why this just moving for a next progress of next level of natural language processing is the phases of NLP. So phases of NLP, in a sense, how it is starting, maybe why we are having different of phases, or why we are having a different changes of phases in. So let us start with progress. Let me start with progress to say each and everything. Lexical as the compiler design progress we are having. So it starts with lexical analysis, syntax analysis, semantic, disclosure integration, pragmatic analysis. So what is happening in each and every layer? Let us go one by one with a little bit. So lexical, as we know, as each of you know about the lexical in the sense separation of tokens, how we are understanding each and everything. For example, I am taking the example word lexical. I need to separate the word L separately, LE separately, LEX separately. I need to check for each and every word or present it rightly. With some term we can mention in lexical analysis as a morphological analysis also. So if it is in morphological analysis, how we are predicting it, how it is processed, like that we need to do. So after the progress, once the language, maybe if for each and every language, if the language is going to be in maybe a digital format, maybe language is going to be in audio format, or the language is going to be combined of both. As we are doing now, it is going to be digital and also maybe audio. Both the combination of things we are going to give as an input. Once the input is received here, this lexical analysis need to separate each and everything, as like how we are while we received any sound forum or something. If we want to separate in each and everything, we have to divide it properly, right? So like this, the lexical analysis need to divide it properly, little by little. The lexical analysis need to divide it. Once the division of each and every progress is done, then it is moved to syntactic analysis. Syntactic analysis is like a syntax analysis, whether the syntax is properly made. For example, as we know very well about that, computer knows only zeros and ones. So for example, we are giving input lexical analysis as a Marathi word. So if we are giving Marathi word, that Marathi word need to convert into some other intermediate language first. So that intermediate language again converted into digital format. That digital format again converted to zeros and ones. So but in syntax analysis, it is not going to reach as a syntax, and that is not zeros and ones. But they need to understand how this process is done, how the progress is clearly applicable there, right? So we have to check the syntax each and every word usage, grammatical progress is correct, whether the grammatical usage of word is correct, or any content which is not going to be used in a proper way, whether you are finding in or not. Just that need to be checked on this syntax analysis. After the syntactic analysis, what is semantic analysis? So checking with semantic analysis progress of the semantic analysis of each and every progress, where the once we submitted in the received of us, let us take we received as an audio signal. So suppose if it is an audio signal, in what format we have received. So if we received in a format of grammatical format, or maybe format of whether it is in an acceptable format, our application or tool is going to acceptable it. Like that, we have to think how the semantic analysis is used. So, and where it is going to use, it is going to use the machine interrupt meaning. So where we are having the concept, relation, predicts, like this, to provide some context to convert as a language. Our machine is going to convert some text data with more accuracy, or able to machine to understand the text data as a more accuracy. This semantic analysis is used there, right? So semantic analysis is used there. So the main difference, for example, some differences we have to see in the semantic and syntactic analysis is how the formation is there, whether the form. So for let's take the form. If I am saying the pronouncing the called form, so that is two meaning is for. One is FROM and one is FORM. The output of this audio signal is going to be same for each same, but how the syntax is going to be, how the syntax and semantic is going to be react here, that we need to check. So that is need to be done by using machine learning process. How the training we are doing, or how much amount of data sets we are going to collect. So depends on the data set, how we are applying it, how the training progress, how the epoch is going to done. By the progress only we can able to done the that is syntactic and semantic process. Once the syntactic and semantic process, then the final end of the process is disclosure and pragmatic. So disclosure and pragmatic will comes under whether the progress of each and every level, or maybe once the all other progress is done well, how the system is understanding, or how the system is understanding to the progress. For example, let us take an example. A dog is chasing a boy on the playground. So how whether we need to check whether what is a noun here, what is a complex verb here, or maybe what is a noun phrase is there. So if it is going for a lexical, it will divide each and every word. For example, I said that example, a dog is chasing a boy on a playground. It means that word by word divide is going to be division is going to be there. So during this time, so whether the sentence is going to be checked with how, so the noun phrase or complex phrase or not web phrase. So by combining all this, after completion of lexical, semantic will check dog is a animal and boy is a human, or playground is a so for each and everything we have to give some object value. By this object value, the pragmatic is going to say, a person is saying that pragmatic is going to understand that some person is saying to reminding another person to get dog back, or the analysis need to understand, and that is a mission progress, whether how the mission is thinking here to react for the same. Up to now, anyone want to discuss? Yes, I will go for next, right? So by having this applications, so what are the applications? So by having this, by discussing this all area, what we have discussed as of now, we are having application of this: speech recognition, speech processing, information extraction, machine translation, question answering, summarization. So like this, these are the some of the applications which are done in a natural. So I will go with another thing. I will go with one by one progress, where the NLP is struggling, and NLP is where we are having a general themes of NLP. So let's start with ambiguity of languages. So ambiguity of languages, we are starting from start. Let's start with the language as a formal system. So if you are taking each and every language, so for example, let us have assume that in Google Translator itself we are having a lot of languages, but let us assume we are having I will say one example that in our place there is a language called Baduga. So for that Baduga, there is no script is available as of now today. But now what they are doing is they are creating the script for them. So why they are creating script in the sense, once the scripting is done, they can able to implement it, they can able to do a lot of things in a computer. That's why they have to language need to be a formal system and grammatical system, and grammar, that language need to be each and everything. So like this, as we are having a formal languages method and also automata method, like this the language need to be understood in the right way of all kind of regular expressions, regular languages, grammar acceptance, push down automata progress, each and all this theoretical progress need to be done for it. Once these kind of the kind of a formal language system is done, computation with human languages, whether the computation of each process is done, whether the computation whether computing and computation, both the things going to be different, right? So computation with how the human slang is going to be. So for example, in some countries they will call, so if we take the word police in India, in some countries they will say that it is police, in some other countries they will say that as a different right. So like that, they are going to use the pronouns little different, or also some spelling also are different. So as we are saying that UK English and US English, like the Portugal, there is like some difference are there. So like if the differences are like this, how computer is going to understand? How computer is going to understand and progressive. So for this, we have to go with rule-based and also statistical methods. So what kind of rule-based methods are there? How the statistically how usage if we we need to take a survey of 100 persons. How the output of each and every person voice is there? How the person each and every person are working on the same. Like this, we have to go for a rule-based process and statistic. And along with this law, finally, we need to check for efficiency, whether the efficiency of this particular progress is fine, or efficiency of this particular workshop for content is same and good. So like this, we will check for general states. So now I will go for, as like I mentioned in yearly example, I will started here with I will started here with progress one example. So here, let me say example, that is street light. I am going to take the street light as a only example here. So if I am saying street light as an example, so we have to think about decade and decade of years. If you see that first image, the first image is a street light, or we have to think about street. If it is an example street light, we need to think about why we need of street light, at which when they have initiated this. For example, let us say in 18 when the fire was initiated, that time itself street light was there? No. So let us assume that before 100 years or maybe 150 years back, some peoples are going to gather in a place. So if the gathering is going to happen, they need some. If it is maybe in the daytime, they don't want anything. If it is in the night time, they want some light energy, or they want some brightness to address everyone, or they want to see each and every one of. So that means they need some they need some light source there. So that's why they have some they created some in our way they will mention it as a pandam, or in other language also it will mention as a pandam. So they will have that. While having this as a street light, they are having two problems. One, cost. How the cost is, for example, if the this fire is need to be ignited for 4 hours, what cost is going to happen? If there is any natural resource like wind or rain or something, we cannot able to keep this. So by having this problem, they are coming for a next solution. So instead of a man holding, there is a second image. The second image with two light. There is image with kerosene lights. So they are having lights, but without having a human. But it's not helping to all, or it's not that much bright. It's very slow. And they come to know, or they are creating they come to know that the problem is wind or rain. So during wind or rain, we need to create something. During the time also, the street light need to be worked. Okay, so that is why they have created another lantern, or some other technological they have created it. So it means, so during wind or rain, it lander will not off, the brightness will be there, or maybe if it is heavy wind is there, again the street light will work. So these are all the street light they have worked. In connection with this, after decade and decade of things happen, light energy was produced, so energy was produced, power grid was produced. So first we have started with solar, sorry, we have started with the great uh, like big kind of mercury lights or some halogen sorry, some old light methods. So there where filament is there, cathode rays are passed here like that. Again there have is two problem, one is cost and another one is source, how much source they are going to use. So while seeing on a cost for street light for 5 minutes to, sorry, 5 hours to 10 hours is cost lot. We cannot, it need to be in a lot of places. So then they will find some other sources called LED. So current, if we come for current situation, we are having LED, and then we are having other kind of methods. So for this particular example, street light, each and every decade we have we are doing research again and again and again to reach some particular path, and we have reached now with LED. So currently all the places of street light or wherever the highways are with full and full of lights with lower energy. But even whether the solution was done, no. Again after maybe after a few years, or again after maybe 10 years or 20 years, some few projects are going to happen. So as whatever the progress we are having now, like this problem, so same kind of problem is we are going to have. So that is what the problem solution is now. Solution is in now in some countries like Italy and some countries, they are having artificial bird as a source. By using having an artificial bird, they are using street lights, and by using some internal source of wherever the humans are meeting or wherever the humans are having get together on the same, there they are converting that same to light energy, there they are converting the same to some other technology. So it means, so after this, so whether the internet is going to approach here, where the machine learning progress, that natural language process is going to approach here. So for by all the technologies, by having this all these technologies, after 10 years, but in the year of 2020, sorry, 33 or 43, we are going to have a light with full and full of internet of things, or maybe everything of internet. Once you are entering into the room, internet is the light is going to get automatically glow, depends on your body temperature and depends on the outer environment. The brightness of the light is going to fixed. Once you are going to leave from the place, a light is going to get off. Like this, some currently nowadays in a lot of 5-star hotels and all, they are having already automatic lights and automatic water tap like that they are having using. But while the technology is getting over, and on this particular same example, how the progress is going to be, how it is going to enlarge to the next levels, so that these we need to check on ourselves to get a good output on the same. And so by this example, I just want to go for a next progress. What are the ideas which we have to see? So while we are in the, as I mentioned in the natural language processing, now we have to tell the some kind of answers we have to say is text to speech. So whatever the text we are having, that we need to convert as a speech. Already lot of artificial voices, machine voices, and which are available, but still accuracy and output kind we need to fine tune a lot. By doing research again and again, we may able to get a lot of options there. And by having a speech recognition, so in parliament or some countries, if suppose we are traveling to some countries as a especially think about the tourist people or some guides or some people who are traveling country to country daily or monthly basis or something. So some speech recognition, something some person is going to speak, they have to understand it quickly without having any translator. So like this, then some speech recognition progress we have to think on it. And the textual analysis, that is for as usual Google progress and other progress. Some websites are now having whatever the language we can change our websites we are working. But still, as I mentioned, some languages are not having text, some languages are not only having text, or some languages, a lot of things are there. So we have to make scale, we have to make all the languages in the same progress. So for this we have to go with some plagiarism detection, and intelligent agents to progress. Let us go this one by one with how with the progress is done and what are the levels here, levels are available, right? So for this first, I just want to start with text to speech and artificial voice. So for that, modeltalker.com, there is a website called modeltalker.com. So in that website, you can able to get all this progress clearly, how the progress is done and what is the progress to show there, and everything. Let me let's go with one by one. So what the thing is happening is, they are going to get the text input. So once the text input was done, they are going to break the text into lot of phenomena, and then how the syllabi is there and how the division of words is going to be the divider and how it is going to approach in some other, like that they are going to divide. Once the match phenomenon is done, they will they will match with each and every voice elements. So whether the voice elements are able to concatenate, once the voice elements are able to concatenate, then they manipulate the pitch and spacing, and they will do the syllabi of it, and after this they will release as an output. So let me show, let me take you to the progress. What is the hope my screen is visible to you all. So this is a website which I want to share with you. That is a model talk, right? So we are having all the options. Let me come with starting progress. So this is a website where they are working on how the teach process, where the text to speech is doing. We have to give the text the process. The text is going to convert as a speech, and we are going to get all the outputs there, right? So this is a website where we are having. So here there is an option called voice. So here you have to get login, and after login, let me do myself with login. Just a minute. So let me go through it. Sorry, let me see, give you the input, and we will. So you are once you log in, we are having a session of voices. What are the voices you have to do, and then how audition is going to be done, how the changes is done. So these all kind of things are done here by using this NLP, natural language processing. So once a natural by using this natural processing only, they are making each and every each how the output is going to be done, and what kind of changes we can able to do, right? And the next one is speech recognition, as like the same which I send as a text. So speech recognition, once the speech, so let us assume we have to say that speech recognition is an audio process. So spoken input, maybe somewhere the input was there, very old rare case of audio files, or very old rare case of inputs already available, so which need to identify the words and what is the exact meaning of the word, as like here the phases need to be done. So the lexical progress need to be done, a syntax process need to be done, and semantic process need to be done. After completion of this, the disclosure and pragmatic is also be done. So but phenomenally, so speech is converted to text first. So from the text, they are going to fetch in the algorithm. From that algorithms, there may be a lot of algorithms are available. Here I have given you the Bologna University speech transcriber. Or if you able to visit this particular link, you can able to get how you are, if you are adding any audio on the sense, you can able to separate it by having step-by-step process, whether the text is dividing and the word parts are dividing, and how it is uploading, whether the spelling, grammar, and all the checking is done step by step. We can able to see on the same. So that is the progress of speech. And after this, the textual analysis. So textual analysis in the sense how the here we are taking the input as text, and then analysis is for readability, whether the readability of one language to another language, or we are getting the language by using what Google Lens is currently doing, but we have to go for some other more technologies where which is not dividing, or which is not disturbing. So the grade level of writing, the consistency of writing. So if you are while writing itself, somewhere we have to think that while writing itself, by using this particular application, or by using this particular thing, the analysis need to be done, and readability, the text need to be readability mode. Or if some languages, for example, if you think about in Japanese or Chinese, they are writing research papers in their own languages. So if it is in the wireless own languages, if we are going to translate it, it is not 100% efficiently not getting translated. But by using this natural language processing, day by day, if we fine tune the algorithms and if we get, if we are, we can able to do it in a proper way, in future, the language concern and then changing of process is going to be very, very good method. So we are going to get it easy way to get the textual analysis process. As like wherever we are doing all the novel works or all the output need to be, we have to check off the plagiarisms. The plagiarisms need to be a perfect thing. How the plagiarisms are, as like whether it is having a any plagiarism is appeared there, or output is not in the right way, or it is having a ambiguity of same thing. Like this we have to so more number of repeated contents are there, or algorithms the progress which we are using is not authenticated or patented. Like this we have to get a IP rate, all the authentication process to use this particular progress, and then we have to get the classification. So by this, here I have mentioned with an intelligent agent Elisa. Not only Elisa, we can go for a lot of outputs, or a lot of other agents are available. So it is a chatbot method where it's a chatbot. It's a chatbot computer program which we can study the natural language communication between a human and a machine. So yeah, whatever the human is asking question, and by using our NLP, this Elisa is going to reply everything, right? So this Elisa is right from started in the year 1964 to 1966 itself. We have started by the person called Joseph Weishuber. So now what is the main process is how we are making communication to machine to man. So that is what the progress we have done there. So output, all the progress or everything is need to be perfect on this. So by the name of Elisa, it is we are by the name of Elisa, the intelligent agent is processing. So how it is processing, whether it's a that is an NLP with artificial intelligence modeling land. So what is going to happen in the sense, yeah, as a human or input person is going to type something, Elisa need to understand it, analyze it, like so analyzing the phases need to be done. After analyzing of it, generate response. So response is going to view by the human again by getting the response if it is clear or not. So still, as I said, Elisa was started in the year 1960s, in the sense it was more than 50 plus years. Sorry, it was more than 40 plus to 50 years nearby. But still, we are working on it to get a fine-tuned output to get the progress. So this was a progress which I mentioned. So there is a user. So from this user, we are going into the system, NLP system. So NLP system is receiving the progress, or NLP system is getting the input. And after that, it is moving to IoT. Still now, we didn't start about IoT. So for that, I am having two tools to explain about IoT. I will come for it, IoT system. So from that IoT system, the connected device, so we are going to get out. This is a method or maybe algorithm, maybe architecture they are saying, but everywhere whether we can able to go for the same, in the sense some type of NLP mission is going to be single way communication, or some type of mission is going to be, if we are giving any input, or if we are giving any input in the audio method, the method itself, NLP system itself, without going to IoT system itself, we can also go ahead. But now today I am giving you with IoT. So for that, let me start with this particular power of speech understanding. So a person is in one, that's what we already discussed during the other slide. A person is speaking in a Japanese, or a person is speaking in some other language. Let us assume in this particular picture, the person is speaking in English, hello. So that hello word is need to be translated to reach another person in his own language, or whatever language he feeded, or maybe whatever the language he's having in the device. So that is a power of understanding of a speech. So this is the content which I want to mention here. So this power of speech and natural language processing and all, again, if you go for a machine learning process, we have with the help of machine learning, it is easy to view the progress. Imagine there is an I will give you this. This is an activity. So let us have persons who are all sitting in some integration room, or maybe some there was a communication between police and thief is happening, or few others are interrogating, or few others are questioning. So we are asking them, all of them, to sit in a particular place, or if it is in prison or something like that. So we have to detect each and every person's face detection. So by the face detection, we come to know, by using the emotions, we need to understand the the language processing, how, what kind of a language it is. So that need to be starting with X. That's what I mentioned with XT. The XT need to be first X. Imagine that X is a emotion one. So emotion one, emotion two, emotion three, up to emotion N we are having. So by using the pattern matching, by using the machine learning process, the both going to be get connected. Once the both going to get connected, the progress is going to get progress is understand, and the progress is able to uh, give the good output, right? So as more number of emotions are there, as more number of emotions are getting there in the progress, so we have to check. After the emotions are recorded with the pattern, we need to think on that encoder, how the encoding process is there. So encoding need to be done in a single character, where the encoding of one particular image we are taking, whether the encoding need to be which encoding need to be once the encoding started, we have to do with the algorithm, what kind of algorithm we are using, what kind of a method we are. So here I am using as a VAE method. So after encoding of each and everything, whether the emotion of one particular person is same, the same is going to happen for all. So that for here, what we have to use is, again, as I mentioned earlier, we have to train the system. So training need to be done each and every time. Once the training is done, we have going to decode. From this decode, we are going to get that for each and every one in the particular place are speaking about this, or each and every one who are sitting here are going to speak about these particular languages. So like this, we need to understand from that, and from this understanding, the natural. So imagine here these persons who are sitting. One person is going to speak in German, one person is going to speak in Spain, one person is going to speak in Hindi, one person is going to Assami, and one person is in some other languages. So by using emotions, and by using the algorithm which we are having, how we are going to identify the progress. Yes. So by having this, I just want to show the next progress. So next progress is, by having this, we are moving to the next session of completion of this IoT, this natural language to IoT. So here I just want to have two tools. One is Tinkercad tool, which is using IoT, and another tool is Walkme. Walkme is another tool which we are using in a lot of very easy methods are there. So let me take you to journey of Tinkercad first. Let me give you there. Yes. So hope my screen is getting visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you. So maybe many of them, you people are know about this Tinkercad already, how the IoT progress are running here. So once the natural language processing is done, we have to know about this this Tinkercad. The Tinkercad is having lot of things. Maybe as we have to do a lot, as we have to draw the 3D design, we can draw circuits, we can draw code blocks and all, right? So I just want to I want to take you all to circuit progress. But before that, those who didn't know about Tinkercad, my session may be helpful for you. So go to this website, Tinkercad. You can log in. I will go for starting. So if you go to this Tinkercad, yes. So you will get a page where you can able to sign up. So if you have any Google, so lot of and students can go here, educators can go here, lot of things like that. So as an educator, you people can go and start to continue. So once you have to, as an academic person, you have to done on it. I have already account, so that's why I'm going with my account. So if you all having progress, kindly go with that progress. So once you logged in, this is a simple way to log in. So I will just go to this is a page which I have started new page. This is not my old page which I am working on a lot of other activities. So just I want to start that and I want to show. Go to new design, and from this new design we are having three options. You can go to choose circuit. So if you choose the circuit options, you will get a page with as like a text editor. You are having a page with circuit editor. So it is a page as like those who know about network simulator, we can do all the network simulator in an NS2 and NS3 like that. So here is a simulator where it is purely for IoT, because in IoT if you go for a Raspberry Pi or if you go for any other tools, everything is lot of cost while you are going for a hardware components, right? But here you can, before going for a hardware implementation, we can use whatever the progress you need to do, right? So as we go for a components, all the components are available. If you choose Arduino, you choose Arduino, so there is an Arduino kit with breadboard and all. So once you choose this, you can take that option, or otherwise no, I want to go with the basic option. So let me take the breadboard first. Breadboard first. So I want to use. Yes, I want to take a breadboard, and for this breadboard, for this breadboard, I need some basic tools to take some resistors. I want, okay, you can use it if you want to give some capacitors to check, or otherwise you want to check with some sensors. Whatever the progress you want to do, everything is available here. Because so once your progress is connected, so first thing what you have to do here is connections need to be perfect. So once the connections are done perfectly, then coding part is there. So for each and every actions and every task you did, we have to write a coding. Once you start to write the coding on the same each and every coding, whatever the coding you are going to give, we have to. So once the progress is done, then we have to start with the simulation. Because if I start to process on it, it will take much more. I'm just giving you a glimpse of how the process. So if you start the simulation on the same, once you select the progress and after starting the simulation, it will give, if it will run here itself and give the output, whether it is running or what is the error and what is the progress happening and everything. So so those who have a background knowledge of electrical and those who have a electronics program, you will get all the ideas of, you can get the wirings of each and every color, and how you are connecting, uh, and then color, what kind of hookup we have to do, whether it is and grounding or what, and then whether we have to add any taglines, or whether we need to delete our options to go for next, or whether we need to go for a next level page, or whether we have to do some corrections on it. All the type of progress we can do here, right? So that is one is, as I mentioned, let me go with this, these things. One is basic option. All the basic options of what are the LED lights are here and how we are doing this minimum. While understanding, first we have to do small minimal experiments, and once we understand this minimal experiment, then we go for next level. So Arduino type of Arduino, each and every kind of Arduino kits are available. Button type of Arduino kit is available. Debones available. Analog rate signals or tone keyboard. So for this output, I will show in walkthrough, where we are having coding along with that, because that's why I didn't give you any coding here, because it may be difficult for persons who are learning new. But you can explore it and you can learn it easily. It is very easy to understand, and it is user friendly to understand easily for a IoT progress, right? So voltage meter is there. So if you take the voltage meter, we can run the motor or system, or by having a by running this particular system, you can able to get it clear of each and everything, right? So these are all the process which are the progress which is done in a Tinker Lab. So next I just want to move to the next another tool. That another tool is walkthrough. Yes, as like same. Yes, it's good. Load. Yes. So walkthrough is another tool where walkthrough is having as like same. I mentioned walkthrough is also having Arduino progress. Yeah. So Arduino progress in the sense, what are the things you can able to learn it learn easily, right? So I will show you here. So you can choose Arduino. So if you let me go with one by one. So you can go with Arduino tools, or you are having ESP32 tools, or STM32 tools, or PyPico tools. Like these tools are available. Or maybe we are having some these are all the free methods we can done in online simulation. Apart from this, we are having a method with Walkme Pro or Walkme CI, or some advanced progress, or Rust, MicroPythons are there. Some predefined projects are there, so we can able to easily understand these projects clearly, right? So let me start with first one. So there is a project called Mini Piano. Mini Piano project is there. Hope all are going to see. Yes. So if you go to this option, we can able to see the content here clearly. What are the coding they have done? By seeing here, we can try the same in Tinkercad also, right? So you have to take Arduino tool. Along with this, we have to take these lights with buttons, and once the fixer speaker, all connections, as like the connection shown here, you have to done. Once the connections all those done, then if you start to stimulate, so let me show the example here. If you choose any button, it will give each and every button is going to give some different kind of music. So it makes you to understand clearly. So what they have done, let's need to see each and every one, right? So they have taken an Arduino kit. From this Arduino kit, you can able to see each and everything, how the connections are made. So connections made each. So first connection start with black wire and red wire, and then again the connection. So the black, all the serial black wires are connected one place, and then next red, orange, yellow, green wires are connected in another place. Here the same process they have connected with all the blacks in the same particular thing, and this light blue, and then violet, and sorry, blue, violet, and orange is different. So once these progress are done, we have to see about the coding, what they have done. They started with something, a header file with picture.h. From this picture.h, they proceed over to the main programs. What are the buttons they have mentioned? What is the name of the? So we have to declare something, right? No, so that is, so for each node, these are all the sounds which they are mentioning. Node C4, node D4, node E4. These are all the sounds they have mentioned. From this, they are going with each and every button. So whenever the buttons are getting typed, so whenever the buttons are getting clicked, so if you are clicking the same button again and again, same sound you are going to get. Hope you are going to get the sound also, right? So that is the simple of this particular example. So by having this, I'll just go for another easy method of safe. So let us take the example electronics safe. So this is an electronic safe machine where we are having again same Arduino kit with Arduino kit with one 8 display microprocessing, and also button system for understanding connections. So wiring these connections need to be done perfect. Once the connection is done, then we can proceed over this. So what is this particular safe? In the sense, it is a digital safe where we can able to store, or whether we can able to store all the details of other progress, and some digitalized content we can able to store, right? So that's why the safe is there. So let me show the example. Sorry, run the system first. If you run the system, your system is got started. I am just entering. So now they are asking to log. So I am giving the log 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. Not getting right. So hash was given. Now we need to give the new code. So I'm giving code 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to confirm the code 1, 2, 3, 4. If once we confirm the code, safe was locked. So if I want to open that safe, now I have to go with password what we have given set. So now its unlock was done. So if I want to do a new code, I want to click A. So now I want to give new code. The new code 1470 I am giving. I need to confirm 1470. It means the safe was locked again. So it means some information, whatever I want to keep, and whatever the progress. So information are not here, but the simulation process of by using Arduino kit, there was a display and there was a button system is there. By using this system, how the output progress and everything was done. So if I want to open it, open was done, right? If we go for any other options, it will not work. So for these options, we didn't give any progress. So we are option. So what kind of coding? It was very simple. As we, in previous, it was only one header file. Here we are having giving the keep header file with keypad header file, servo header file, safe state header file, and icons. So codings are how the process we done, what kind of a small kind of process we done, whether the showcase is done clearly, whether the input secret code is done. These are the simple progress to do what we have to do. Once the new code was done, what we have to do. Once the new code get the clear, they have clearly mentioned we have to clear first, and set cursor need to be started 1,0 and then it need to print the code mismatch if the codes are not correct, right? And after that, if then safe not locked, then they have to go for a loop method. So by using a simple coding of simple programming language, they have done for this particular process, right? So by this, hope you can able to go with each. So let us have another one more method, another one more progress. So this one is about alarm. So how we are going to keep alarm. So while we are running, so we need to set alarm here. So if alarm is set here by 9:11, in the sense I need to keep alarm. If alarm is on, so once 9:11 is came, then alarm start to proceed. So we can set the alarm here, or we can reduce the timing. So now the time is 19:01. So I will keep the alarm as 19. So alarm was set now. So like this, if we set the alarm by using connections of once the progress is done, immediately as per the system here, what happened in the sense the alarm clock, we are giving that alarm tone, and also clock the header file we have added here. So what are going to happen is the clock header file is going to take the system time. What is the current system time they are going to take? So by the system time, the output and all the progress is going to done. So depends on that, we may able to progress the same thing on the output also, right? Yes. So like this, kindly explore this website, these two websites. Lot of predefined examples are available. By using these examples, you can done the same in Tinkercad to self-learn purpose. That's what I said clearly. I will reach you to the destination. Once the destination reach, selfly we have to learn lot of things to understand what exactly for the contents, right? Yes. So
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
So by this, I just move to next slide. I'm about to close this. So we have completed on this Tinkercad and Walkme. So which one is best? So for learning purpose, Walkme is a predefined process, whereas in Tinkercad, it's not well, not only for coding purpose. We have to think on the same that what are the progress available, and depends on that we have to think on the we have to run all the progress to check whether we are getting the output clearly or not, right? So these are a few ideas which we are having there, like by as some input already there, we can for by using NLP, we can try for some biometrics or target acquisition, computer vision, assistive technologies, entertainment purpose, image description, like then we have to process, right? So that's it from my end. Any queries, any questions? It's a discussion. If anyone want to have any discussion, we'll have a discussion.
Participants are requested to raise your queries if you have. If you want to interact with the sir, sir's contact number, mail ID is also there. So I will be happy if anyone want to interact. Dharmaraj, Dr. Praveen, Dr. Nitin, Durgesh, Kalpana, Madhuri, Pratik, Rehman, Ramanika, Supriya, Swati, Yeah, if you have any queries, you can put it in the chat box. If you are want to ask to sir, otherwise you can note down sir's contact number is also there, and mail ID is also there. Kalpana is saying thank you. Yeah, Dr. Praveen, nice session. Yeah. Anyone else want to say something?
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you both of you for your kind.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm very much thankful to Arun Kumar sir. So with short notice, he has come up with some beautiful presentation as well as some hands-on. So it will be the more good treat for us to learn at the further level, as he has underlined. Yesterday's our moon mission Chandrayaan successful. So there is a huge demand in future. Huge demand in future for AI/ML. Today's trend is also. But I think before proceeding, Rahman want to say something. Sir, you just see some queries.
Yes, sir.
Rahman.
Yes, sir. I am seeing on text, sir. There is a one question from Raymond that uh, how much time it will take to learn IoT with the AML, like 6 months to 8 months. Now, it's not depends on the time, because nowadays the learning time, lot of tools and lot of things are available. So if you want to learn IoT with AML, maybe 3 months is more than enough if you are spending full time for it. A lot of IoT simulations are available. So if you are having a prerequisite of coding, Python coding, or any basic knowledge of coding, then it's 3 months to 4 months is more than enough to learn both IoT and AI. Thank you, Raghuman Mansari, for your question.
Yeah. So I think it's yeah, is satisfied. So Durgesh is saying something, sir.
Yeah, he's adding with Chandrayaan 3, with sensors and cameras played a role in important soft landing of it.
Very good. Yeah. So Sahi,
Yes, sir.
yeah, just I will
Once
continue.
again, I would like to extend a very formal thank you, and we are really grateful for this amazing session and all the insights that you shared with us. They were definitely very helpful. So, once again, on behalf of IIT Pune Chapter, Buds Engineering Academy, and Civic Incubation Center, I would like to thank you for sharing your insights and sharing your valuable time with us. Thank you so much, sir. We look forward for many more sessions.
Sure, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the organizers. Thank you so much Arjun sir, and thank you so much Buds Academy and IETE Pune chapter for this wonderful opportunity to have a discussion with all. Sure, we'll have another one more good interaction session in maybe in offline or online mode with some other good topics. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Definitely. Now I request Arjun sir to please
Yeah.
continue the session.
Okay. So I think the discussion a lot of happened on the natural language processing, and it's one of the today's hot topic. So same thing we'll continue for the. There is a little the. Just I will share my screen.
Yes, I will stop sharing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So lot of discussion is happening on the as sir has covered a lot in great length. That's language processing. So one of the applications sir has covered that is for chatbots, and chatbots are one of the hot topics for discussion among the academics and industries also today. So here today we'll continue our talk on the specifically chatbots, and for that particular chatbots, just there is a one there is a same acronym is there, AI/ML. So one of our heading is AI/ML. So there is a one more meaning of AI/ML. Can participant write the meaning of AI/ML right now here? So one of the meaning is machine learning, as we have seen, that's our core object. So there is one more topic related to that. That what the AI is. AI is the same, but what the ML is here? AI/ML. Yes, anyone? Yes, anyone can write. AI/ML means one more. So one AI/ML is artificial intelligence and machine learning. And as I given here the context of the NLP, the chat box. So that chatbots we have to write. Of course, the compiler. Yeah, one is artificial intelligence and machine learning. That's our thing. Very good, sir. Dr. Nitin, sir. Thank you. So these chatbots are heavily written, especially in the Python. But here today we'll try to see little the same topic, but little the language. Actually, this is just like HTML. There is a one language that is called as a markup language. So HTML kind of thing, that's the artificial intelligence markup language. So today we'll try to see what's happening in the artificial intelligence and markup language. Basically, it's a text, or we can call it as a script. So today we'll try to extend our discussion with this NLP the same, but we'll have a discussion with the chatbots, and we'll try to see what's happening in the research area and what the industry. Some one of the case study also we'll try to see. So first of all, we'll see here. Yeah, just if it is with me. Yeah. So here you can see this is one of the AI/ML. So here we'll try to see the markup language. I think the text everyone is using HTML. So this is basically the AI/ML, the artificial intelligence, and the text that topic we'll try to extend. So first of all, you can see it here the on my screen the AI/ML. There is no specific compiler to execute the program for AI/ML, but you can use the Python library. So in the Python library, there is a package called as a Python AI/ML package. And that Python AI/ML package that is more capable to write our chatbots. So the chatbots naturally the NLP, but the language we are trying to just learn little one here is a Python AI/ML library, and you can have a Python AI/ML library in our this Python compiler. So for that purpose, initially we have to write to get it installed Python AI/ML. That is a pip install Python ML, and with that you can create a AI/ML chatbot.py. So that's what the package we can create, AI/ML chatbot.py, and use the code easily again here. So same thing here. For example, import AI/ML over here, and then here you can see you have to create the kernel. You have to create the kernel. The chatbot here, kernel equal to you can see kernel you can define as a AI/ML.kernel function. So to write the code for this markup language, you can use the kernel over here, AI/ML kernel, and then you can see it here you can load AI/ML file. So you can load the AI/ML file. So that AML file you can write as a function, that's the learn and standard startup.xml. Standard startup.xml, and the kernel will respond. That is called as a load AMI. And this is what the package to execute our codes in this background. And similarly, suppose for example, here the interaction loop for our this AI/ML chatbot. So you can just, this is a print, hello, I am your AI/ML based chatbot, and type exit to end the conversion, and you can put it in the loop with the function. So get the input. So user will say that what the input, and the system will get respond, or chatbot will get respond. Or if you want to, if work is over, then you simply can use as a exit over here. So you can print the chatbot, and then response, the function used is get bot response, the kernel dot respond function you can use, and you can use the print, and you can use it in Python library. That's it's called as a AI/ML chatbot Py. We can use. So here you see the Python script uses a Python AI/ML library, as which we have seen, and interact with the AI/ML code directly with the Python. And here one more sentence you have to remember is adjust the AI/ML code within the Python script. So match your desired conversion patterns and responses. That's what the one thing we have to remember. And the compiler is again, as I told you, the Python. So let us have a here the as usual replete compiler. And here you can see you can use this Python again, the package AI/ML, and then you can create just what we have seen, the same thing. So you can create this AI/ML.kernel function, and then load the AI/ML file, the chatbot which we have written. That file you can load it over here. That's the standard startup and XML. And then load AI/ML, and then you can interact, you can put it in the loop, that is a while true, and input. Suppose if you are saying something, get the user input, and then if you want to say exit, you can say exit, and you can print the chatbot. So of course some of the package is not present over here, but you can see the chatbot easily. You can communicate, or you can create your chatbot. So that also again will extend some discussion for the next. But our today's topic for our discussion is to understand what's happening with this chatbots, and what its impact in the industry, and what the current research going in this particular domain. That I have some again research papers published recently, and in that we'll try to see. So for example, there is a one important report we have here, that's the recent report published. That's the this AI, this chatbots for the future. So here some scope and all, that's not required for us. Here they have defined for exactly what the AI is, and as you are aware that ChatGPT 4 or some 3 or 5, what it is going on. So here is as per the European Union report. First of all, as Nitin sir has underlined, artificial intelligence. So this is what one of the definition they have given for the ChatGPT, we can call, and they have given the definition of the RT. So as of now, till now, we have seen so many definitions. So as per our understanding, like the way we think and act, the machine also mimics the human. That can be one of the text for our general understanding. But first of all, we'll see what AI stands for: artificial intelligence, and AI is the result of applying this is one of the definition recently given as per the GPT-3. GPT-3 is one of the example which heavily everyone is using. So AI is a result of applying cognitive science technique to artificially create something that perform tasks that only humans can perform, like reasoning, natural communication, and problem solving. And AI is the important because it has the potential to help humans become better at completing cognitive tasks and automate tasks that are currently difficult or impossible for humans to do. So that's what the definition as per the GPT, what we are using. So that's what the definition they have defined for the GPT. So this as the GPT got a knowledge up to for example, 2021, and this is a 2023. So GPT-5 or some the advanced these techniques, these models are also exist in the market. But here just our aim is to understand what is AI/ML and what the AI market scenario. So this is what the little background they have given here. That's what's happening in the AI or ML, as Nitin sir has underlined, ML and AI. So what's happening in the last 10 years? So you can see the power of AI comes from its use of machine learning and branch of computational statistics that focuses on designing algorithms that automatically iteratively build the analytical methods and so on. So these are the this is one of the Microsoft source they have given, and this is published in 221. Now today is 223. So as sir has already underlined the NLP for the chatbots. So this is one of the hot topics going in the market. If you look at here, the machine learning. Suppose this is a 1980. If you look at here, this is 1980, and this is 2020. As this report is coming, approximately 221, 2 years ago. So till 2 years ago, if you see this this line, I think this is a line. I think it might be matching with this line. So this line. So if you find it here from 210 onwards up to 210, so there is a huge and exponential growth for the machine learning. And if you look for the comparative technologies for this, the comparative technology means basically the publications or the research published. That's what the criteria. So this y-axis, you can see this is in some 1,000, 200,000, 400,000, and 600,000. So just imagine 600K number of publications already there in the market. So huge and huge information, and there is an exponential growth is happening. If you look for the computer vision, as Pratik sir has underlined earlier, so in computer vision also, you can see it here. Of course, publications are there. The close to around 200K plus publications, but there is a if you can conclude that the hot topic for our discussion in AI/ML here is one is a machine learning and computer vision. And if you look at here, the one of the, I think this is a data you can easily visualize, but this is what the one paper from the European Union, their report. So here you can see search algorithms. So you can see the search algorithms. There is no more developments happening in the search algorithms. But if you look for the neural networks, also comparatively the third highest as per this report. And then fuzzy logic is also there, but the publications or demands for the fuzzy logic is again the approximately constant. And one is a semantics for the NLP, that is also going. But for the conclusion, if you look for this is again this is a hot topic. That's what the as Nitin sir has underlined, the machine learning very hot topic is going on. Now moving to next is there is one more research paper we are having today. So this research paper is published in April 2022, and this is what the our little small topic but little discussion. That's the markup language used for the chatbot. So we have seen right now what's happening in the machine learning or the artificial intelligence. That's what the current report which we have seen. Now the topic, that's what the markup language, basically for the chatbots designs, the markup language. So this paper is again come up with, you can see it here, the, yeah, April 2022. As for this paper, you can see the little bit introduction. You can see it here. The you see the English learning environment making use of widely used communication software. Okay, generally for software writing, suppose we are using English language, but line chatbots based on the artificial intelligence markup language. So acronym is same, yeah, ML a little. So the markup language, you can see, in order to improve speaking and listening ability among learners, or total 73 students invited to participate in learning activities involving a 4-week English conversion exercise, including both listening, both listening and speaking. So you can see it here. Additionally, in order to explore the influence of competition on language acquisition, we added, you can see it here, the learning activities in the experimental group to enhance learning motivation and learning outcome. The results showed that the help of line chatbot, the contextual learning environment, the performance of both groups of students slightly enhanced, and but no significant difference were found. So that's what the study they have done here. But the you see, the contextual learning environment based in the line chatbot significantly improves the learner English speaking and listening ability. In addition, the results showed that the means basically they have used this language to check the learning ability of the students groups. That's what the one of the research they have done. So they have referred some content, means the development of listening, speaking, reading, writing. So some of the publication in 2018, some of the publication they have referred in 2018 mostly. So some of the publication here they have given in 221, some of the 226. So this is what the survey they done. So here just you'll get an idea how the research is being published by on this particular topic. So these are the some of the papers they have referred, and here you can see the here what are the possible influence of line chatbot on English speaking and listening, and how does the use of line chatbot with competition for English conversation exercise affect learning the motivation. So that's what the little background for AI/ML. And detailed paper I think I have given here. You can access it easily. It's free accessible, but this is published here. This one, the actual accepted in 221 and published in April 2022. So this is 2023. So as per this current the research, what AI/ML, the markup language that I use for the listening, so they did some experiment, and the duration of that particular entire experiment is they have given some group, and in that group, what the process they have adopted for the learning environment. So this is a process they have defined over here. So this is an experimental process, means which kind of experiment they have performed for this particular the markup language for the learning for the students groups. So they have given some experimental group over here, and they have given some control group, around 37 groups they have given, and based on the students' knowledge through line chatbots, and you can see the knowledge they have taught the learning activity. So first week they have taught the learning activity with the help of line chatbots. Okay, learning activity orientation they are done, and these are the 37 groups, and here 36 groups, and the same the AI/ML, the learning base that they have taken over here. And after the class learning activity, it is they have observed for the second week to fifth week with peer competition, means the peer groups, and without peer group competition. And in the week 6, they have tested the achievement, learning achievement they have tested. So this is what the experiment they have performed over here. And they have used one formula to test the listening score. So the listening score is also they have defined based on that the language which we have used for the chatbot only, but the language for they have used for the ML, and the scoring they have calculated over here. So the how they have calculated the score, they have calculated, you can see here is a W number of the wrong words and the answer sequence and the number of the groups. So these are the notations they have given over here, the formula. And based on that, you can see the speaking and the line chat box they have used for learning purpose. And one side they are speaking, and one side they are, for example, listening. Means it's communicative, two-way communicative is for that. And they have calculated the, with one formula again, they have calculated the score, different score they have calculated. And those scores they have presented in this particular table over here. Now in this particular table, you can see here the listening score or the speaking score. So that is a pre and post descriptive statistics. Listening, actually statistics, I think you can think that the mean value, average value. So before the statistic, that's called as a pre-statistics. So they got some the parameter, that statistical parameter, and based on they have come up with some discussion over here. So that discussion for the chat box, you can see it here. The you see the this little time we'll spend over here. The in countries where English is not the mother tongue, opportunities to communicate English are very limited, in turn contributing to poor conversational ability. The Taiwan teachers are generally excessive. These are the some study they have taken, but although the finding, this study confirmed that effectiveness of line chatbot for developing English speaking and listening skills. This study has several limitations they have given. Firstly, of course, they have given some limitations, but the result, you can see it here to the point. Use of line chatbot has several benefits. First, mobile technology greatly facilitates language acquisition, allowing people to use it for conversation, exercise at any time and place. And second, communication using human voice replaces language learning. So this is what the learning study they have conducted. So this is one of the research paper we have. But just from this paper, just we want to know just what's happening currently in this particular domain. That's what the idea behind it. Now moving to the yeah, before that, yeah, we'll see. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. This is our the markup language, AI/ML markup language. As we have seen this little code over here. Now, yeah, you can see this is a user and this is a bot. I think user and bot you can understand easily. So here you can see user and the bot, and how that text, the markup text, you can see here this conversion is possible using the star. You can see it here, the tag star. That conversion is possible with here. You can see it here, line number 4. Okay, and line number 2 of table 2. You can see here the star, that's wildcard, and line number 4, the star. You can see the command without the index n. So this is what the without the index n, and capture the content identified by wildcard in line number 2 and put this content in the. So this is what the some of the example they have given over here for the AI/ML the text. So here you can see how the language they have used here is for example, they have used the the category and the tag. Yeah, hello, we have seen this. Then you can see pattern and tag, and then you can see template and tag. And with that, AI/ML code presented in table 1 provides the response to the user, which in this case only display hello, my new friend. So here you can see this is equivalent to the first fragment of the text, equivalent to the second fragment of the text, equivalent to the third fragment. You can see first, second, and third. That's what the star index, first, second, and so on. So that's what the language we can use. So you can see here pattern, then you can see the template, and then you can see the category. That's a pattern, template, and the category. So in this table 2 again, here you can see the user A and the bot. So this is just an example to understand the AI/ML. So they have given here the one of the, you see the following is presented description Sarai. We can call it as a symbolic reduction and divide and conquer approach they have used here. So here the symbolic reduction technique is used. Symbolic reduction technique is used for pattern simplification, and then complex grammar pattern is mapped into set of simpler patterns. For instance, question who is X, where X represented any entity could be written in several ways, such as do you know who X is? Talk more about X, like that. So map among the standards. And table 3, you can see the table 3. Table 3 AI/ML code. The example of the use of symbolic reduction technique over here. So this is a AI/ML code, again preferred choice for writing the bots. That's what the discussion we are trying to underline for today. Then moving to the, this is again the how it, I think HTML codes of the basic earlier we used for the designing of the browsers, especially websites. So here you can see, for example, again the category, pattern, template. That's what you can see here again, category, pattern, template, and that will be in the loop. You can see here category, pattern, template, and that will be in the loop. That's what the simplest way they are using for designing our chatbots, which we have used here. One of the paper they have used this particular chatbox for the learning. Now here, here you can see the flowchart of symbolic reduction technique. Symbolic reduction means actually the whole idea is our length of the code for our chatbot. That length of the code is decreasing. That's what the one of the objective is coming up. So for machine, you can see if you interface the user and the chatterbot, then for example, suppose here the chatterbot, if you say Alan Turing, I think Turing machines, that Turing the word, was a computer scientist. Alan Turing, Turing was a computer scientist. So suppose, for example, user is saying, this is the user is saying, and what the answer. So who is Albert, for example, here the B, and what the answer is getting, and do you know who is like that, and what the answer is getting. So this is what the flowchart for our AI/ML, and that's what we can call as a divide and the conquer. So here is again the small example for table 4, how it is divided. You can see the category, pattern, and template. Category, pattern, and means basically the overall reduction in the code. That's what the presented over here. That's what the symbolic reduction is heavily possible with this AI/ML. Means it's the ML only, but AI is used for that. We can call, so we can call as a AI/ML code. Now here you see line number 2. If you look it from this line number 2, then the A, what the user is trying to say, and what the answer the bot is going to say. And if user is trying to say and what the answer we are getting. So for example, flowchart for divide by conquer technique, then this what the reduction heavily in the code, that's what we are getting. Now similarly, the if you look at here again, the and the pattern template pattern, so the same thing is again getting repeated over here. So again, this is one of the code again they have given for that an application of keyword detection technique. So this table you can see AI/ML code is for application of keyword detection technique. The pattern presented line 2, 9, 16 and 23. You can see here line number 2, line number 9, line number 16, line number 23. You can see line number 23. Identify all sentences that contain the word family in the structure family, line 2. So you can see this is a family, line 2, family, line 9. So you can see family line, this is a family, line 9, and family line 16, family line 16, and family line 23, family line 23. Yeah, you can see, observe the combined use of special wildcard characters and underscore, you can see here. And then just observe it here. The keyword detection technique defines that any input sentence with the keyword family, just we'll see, just 1 minute, just check to open ML. Okay. Yeah, just I will take one compiler again here. Yeah. So why we are trying to learn all this thing over here is, yeah, 1 minute, just. Yeah. So yeah. So the end of the day, why we are learning this, the AI/ML for our discussion here is, as time is running again quickly, the objective of the language we are using to describe our chatbot. So one of the things we have seen, the bots define with the AI/ML for the learning, then how the effect for learning environment that we have seen, the application level, and for description level or the text level, you can see it here, the primary objective of artificial intelligence and markup language is to provide standardized and structured way to create conversational agents, chatbots, and virtual assistants that can engage in basic natural language conversations with users. I think yes, I will increase little font again so that you can see again. Yeah, I will increase the font. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you can see AI/ML was designed to make it easier for developers to create rule-based chatbots and simulate human-like interactions without having to delve deeply into complex natural language processing algorithm. So that's what the objective of AI/ML. That's the markup language we are considering here. Okay, the machine learning is there. So here, this is for the describing the chatbots for the learning environment. That's what our objective. Now, if you look at the here, if you look for the first, what is the objective to learn this AI/ML over here? The objective, you can see the creating conversational agents. I think, as I mentioned you, I might be earlier that when the driverless cars are there, or some expert systems are there, then software agents are there, or we can call as an expert agent, or we can call as a software agents. So here the you can call as a conversational agents, and AI/ML aims to enable developers to create chatbots and conversational agents that can hold text-based convergence with users, and by defining patterns and responses, developers can model basic human-like interactions, making these agents useful for tasks like providing information, answering common questions, and offering assistance. So that is what the markup language, the AI markup language, ML, that's what the first important objective for AI/ML. Now moving to the second objective for this AI/ML, where the simplified development. This is a development is again simplification with this language. So AI/ML provides, means it's a language only, but we are adding AI/ML. AI/ML provides a markup language structure that relatively easy to understand and use. Developers can define patterns that represent user inputs and map them to corresponding templates that generates chatbot response. And this structure simplifies the process of creating rule-based conversational interactions. That's what the second objective of our AI/ML. So first objective we have seen. This is the first objective. We have to create the agent, and second objective is to simplified development. Now moving to the second objective for AI/ML. AI/ML provides a markup language structure that is relatively easy to understand and use. Okay, AI/ML provides language structure that relatively easy to understand and use. Developers can define patterns that represent user inputs and map them to corresponding templates that generate chatbot responses. And this structure simplifies the process of creating rule-based conversational interactions. This is what the second objective they have given. And moving to the third objective. Now, third objective can see standardization. So standardization is again a third objective. So in third objective, you can see AI/ML serves as standardized format for defining conversation rules. This standardization make it possible to share, distribute, and reuse AI/ML files. I think you can understand what is the meaning of sharing the files. I think you can understand what the meaning of distribution of the file and what the meaning of reuse. So reuse is distribution and sharing is easy. Similarly, facilitating collaboration and community-driven developments from the chatbots. That's what I think community-driven developments. I think we might be part of always some technical community or some forums. Some open source people, they have come up with some forums. Now, one of the important aspect, that's what is over here is accessibility. So if you look for the accessibility over here, in the accessibility, just a minute. Can you explain more? Yeah. So in accessibility, AI/ML is accessible to both. Okay. Novice and experienced programmers. It doesn't require deep expertise in natural language processing, as we have seen in the earlier session. It requires deep expertise in natural language processing and machine learning to create basic chatbots And this accessibility has made AI/ML popular choice for educational purposes and introductory level chatbot development. That's what the accessibility for our AI/ML. That's what the third objectives which we have seen. Now moving to the one more objective for AI/ML here, which is a domain-specific chatbots. So AI/ML is often used for developing domain-specific chatbots that can handle specific topics or industries. I think you can understand domain-specific education domain or some industry domain like that. So by crafting patterns and templates tailored to popular domain, developers can create chatbots that excel in providing relevant information and assistance within the domain. That's what the another objective. And moving to the one more objective for AI/ML, which we are trying to learn. So stimulating human-like interactions. For simulation of human-like interactions, AI/ML allows developers to script chatbot response in a way that simulates human-like language and behavior. And this provides a level of engagement for users, even if underlying mechanisms are rule-based. That's what the another objective. Now moving to the interactivity. So in interactivity, AI/ML based chatbots can engage in back and forth interactions with users. I think back end, front end, or back and forth interactions. I think we easily can understand, which is a crucial aspect of many customer support, assistant, and entertainment applications. So this is what the interactivity. So easily this is used for interactions. That's what the one of the objective. And in conclusive, moving to it's important. Important to note that while AI/ML is effective for creating simple conversational interactions, it has limitations. It comes to handling more complex and this you see for advanced chatbots also for developers also turn to more sophisticated NLP techniques and machine learning objectives are this heavily used. Now, moving to the if you look for why it is more accessible, then just a minute. Yeah. I will just put it here. Yeah. So you can see it here why it is basically the one of the why this AI/ML is more accessible that we are seeing. So as of now, we are trying to learn the what is AI/ML, and also we are trying to see what is the importance or why we are learning AI/ML. Basically, the language, especially heavily prepared for the chatbot developers compared to the traditional English. So here you can see the if you look for the ML or this markup language, you can call the syntax is too simple. So we can call as a simple syntax. AI/ML uses markup language format that resembles HTML or XML. It consists of recognizable tags such as the category, pattern, and template, just which we have seen right now. The category, pattern, and template, which makes it easier for programmers to understand and work with. And the syntax is relatively straightforward and doesn't involve okay the big coding structure is not involved because basically the coding structure is simple. That's what the AI/ML is more accessible. And another reason for this accessibility, especially why people developer are preparing for accessibility reason. So as of now, we are trying to see the accessibility reason. So as just time is approaching, but still related to this AI/ML, that's the language which we have seen the current status, and we are trying to see the objective, and we are trying to see the syntax. But if you have any some specific questions, you put it in the chat box so that it will be easy for us to inculcate, as some 2-3 minutes of time is remain. So meantime, you can use your chat box, and if you want to say something, your queries, or if you want to say some general things also, you can put it in the chat box so that your concerns will try to inculcate in our further discussions. Now, why it is accessible? The first reason we have seen the syntax is a simple. Similarly, you can see the second reason, the rule-based approach. So in rule-based approach, you can see the AI/ML operates a rule-based system. Instead of requiring in-depth understanding of statistical models or algorithm, AI/ML allows developers to define specific patterns users might input and corresponding responses the chatbot should give. And this rule-based approach simplifies the logic behind the chatbot behavior. That's what the rule-based approach and the easy syntax. That's what the reason behind the accessibility we are trying to learn. Now moving to the next reason for accessibility of the one of the objective of AI/ML is the accessibility, and we are trying to learn the objective of why it is accessible or accessibility. So one of the reasons we have seen, that's what the simple syntax compared to other corresponds. So the second objective, the objective of the accessibility as of now we're talking is the pattern matching. Now in pattern matching, you see AI/ML uses pattern matching to identify the user inputs and provide appropriate responses. And this concept is similar to creating simple search queries. For instance, as we have seen, hello, you can create a pattern that matches hello and provide predefined response, and this process doesn't require advanced linguistic analysis. That's what the another beauty of the accessibility. Now moving to the another objective, or why this more accessible is the predefined templates. Here you can see predefined templates. AI/ML templates are used to generate responses. Instead of crafting complex sentence structures, developers can utilize predefined templates that the chatbots will use to the respond to users, and this eliminates the need for crafting response from the scratch. So you need not to go for the development from the scratch. That's what the another objective for the accessibility. Participants, if you have any queries, you can use your chat box. Chat box, or so that I can try to include your concern. And next is lack of complex algorithms. The AI/ML is designed for basic chatbot interactions and doesn't delve into advanced NLP algorithms or machine learning models. This simplifies the development process, as developer doesn't need to understand complex concepts like language generation and sentiment analysis. That is what the another objective for the accessibility. And moving to the next one, that is called as educational use. For educational use, you can see due to its accessibility, AI/ML is often used in educational settings to introduce students to the concept of chatbots and development. AI and NLP, it provides a practical way for learners to create working chatbots without needing advanced programming skill. That's what the accessibility for our AI/ML. The just we have just considering is another, that's the markup language. Now moving to the next accessibility is a quick prototyping. AI/ML allows developers to rapidly prototype simple chatbots, and this is particularly useful for creating proofs of concept appliances applications for initial testing before investing. I think prototyping everyone can understand. So easily the prototyping model can be created. And moving to the last one here, while AML's accessibility is advantageous for creating basic chatbots, it's important to recognize its limitations. AML-based chatbots may struggle with these conversations, context-aware response, and understanding subtitles of human language. For more advanced capabilities, developers may need to explore other approaches involving natural language processing and machine learning technique. I hope we made little justice the what the current scenario, where it is used. Algorithm is NLP, but the context or text is a AI/ML, and we have seen the objective of AI/ML, and we have taken one example that's which focus on the accessibility issue for that. So with this discussion, we are at the end of this today's session. But before closing, if you have any queries, you can put it your queries, and otherwise we'll try to close. Yes, participants, if you have any queries, you can put it in the chat box. Okay, I think there is no further queries. With this discussion, I will close it. Sahi?
Yes, sir. So thank you so much, all the participants, for joining. Sir, with your permission, should we end the session now?
Yeah. End the session.
Thank you so much, all the participants,
Yeah.
for joining. I will end the session now.
Yeah. Okay.